have any knocks, niggles, injuries heading into Friday?
Darragh O'Connor's out obviously, and just waiting on a few. Alan Bennett, just precaution, and Garrod Morrissey, Carl Shepherd, just a few of those. But certainly I'd hope that one or two of them will come through. But other than that, Darragh will be the only one that's definitely out.
I suppose a few fringe players playing on Friday night last week as they kind of played their way into contention for the starting line this Friday.
Yeah, well, it was good. You know, it's difficult when you make so many changes, 10 changes, and particularly when the lads haven't played together as a team. That's probably the more awkward thing. It's not that they're all good players, but it's just that they hadn't played together as a team. So from that point of view, you know, that can be difficult. But they did very well, and certainly, you know, I thought a lot of them did reasonably well, and we come into a hectic campaign with obviously Monday, Friday coming up. So everyone was involved with all the games coming up. So certainly, yeah, certainly some guys put up their hand and did very well. James Tilley is suspended as well, so himself and Darragh, they're the two out. And so from that point of view, you know, we'll be making a change anyway. You know.
What are you expecting from Dundalk on Friday?
Yeah, well, I suppose the one thing about Dundalk is that, you know, they've been consistent. They've more or less, again, kept the same team. You know, if you look at their back five, Rogers, Gannon, Gartland, Hoare, Massey, like incredible that they've the back five for the last 2-3 years, you know, which certainly helps. And, you know, and then I suppose up top, they had the usual Duffy, Hoban, Mountney, you know, so, and, you know, with the middle of the park, Shields, McGrath and Murray. So you look at that and you're saying to them that they have a lot of the boys who've been with them for 3 or 4 years, and that stability helps because they know each other's games. And we know how difficult it is going up there, you know, and there's no doubt that, you know, we've changed things around, but at the same time, over the last 4 or 5 weeks, our form has improved. You know, that basically we've kicked on from the early start of the season, so it will be a huge test. So we know that nothing but a top performance by us will give us any chance of result. So you know how difficult it can be, but at the same time, you know, we're working very hard. The lads are doing well, and when you get, you know, a number of wins over four weeks, it helps the confidence.
And you've seen them up close and personal in the President's Cup already. What can you learn from that game to take into Friday's match?
Well, we learned that basically, you know, when we played very well, we were well capable of causing problems and creating chances. And but at the same time, we conceded from 2 set pieces, and we did likewise in the cup final. So that's an area that, you know, we need to be much better at, because we normally are. But in the last 2 matches against them, we've conceded 3 goals, and that's not good enough from our point of view. And plus the fact, you know, with Hoban up there, they're quite direct and they play off them. So we need to manage the situation. But, you know, they've loads of good players, and, you know, but at the same time, what the President's Cup did show is that when we got it down and opened the play, and we're switching the play, that we caused them problems. And, you know, we're looking at areas like that. But it will be, you know, there's no doubt about it. It's I suppose, a good game for both teams. But certainly we'll have to play exceptionally well. And we know that. And if we do that, then we have a great chance of getting the result.
Jenny, sorry, you just touched on it there a while ago about, you know, the form going into it. You're in the best form of the season so far with 3 straight wins, so bring that in Friday with confidence in the squad, I'd say.
Yeah, well, I kept saying that, you know, this year with the huge turnaround, we could see that a lot of the players that come in, they're very talented. It's just that sometimes they're naive and having that experience and that match day experience. And certainly, you know, look at our first couple of games, we lacked that bit of cuteness. So, you know, it was never about that. There wasn't a lot of talent coming through with the young lads. Obviously, it's disappointing for Darragh O'Connor to miss out, because he's one of the guys that's done exceptionally well for us. So it's disappointing that he's missing out. But overall, we've still done exceptionally well. And when you win, it does give confidence. And, you know, in the squad, when you're working every day, you know, if you lose a couple of games, they feel a bit down. But once you get the wins going, then it brings that confidence out. And, you know, there's a great appetite and great desire among the group. And, you know, they know this year is a huge challenge that we're up against it, but they're all mad to prove that we can stay up the top. And you know, for us as a management team, we have to keep pushing them that way, and they're doing great. So, but it's a huge test for us, and probably the biggest test of the season so far.
Yeah, I know, John, you don't like talking about artificial pitches, plastic pitches, and so on, but just in light of, you know, the international team at the weekend in Gibraltar, you know, players are complaining about muscle strains and general soreness, and you saw Duffy tearing his leg, like with the scrape when he dived in. You know, just your feelings on it. Kevin Kilbane came out and said they should ban plastic pitches at a certain level.
Yeah.
What's your take on it, you know?
Yeah, well, I think, to be fair, you know, and I don't, you know, want to bring Dundalk into it or Derry even out with a pitch. I think in professional football, no one wants to play on artificial pitches, you know, because it is a different game. There's no doubt about that. Okay, and you know, at the end of the day, I suppose years ago in England, you know, the Oldhams, the Lutons, the QBRs, and they were brought in and then they were banned, and they've come in now. Being honest with you, I think for social football, kids football, it's good. I think everyone would agree that in professional football that everyone would prefer to play in grass. But then at the hierarchy, you know, there's people pushing for plastic pitches, and you wonder why, you know. But at the same time, you know, from a manager's point of view, I'm sure, you know, Dundalk players would much prefer to play on grass as well. You know what I mean? But certainly, you know, I don't think anyone is in professional football is raving that they'd like to play in all weather pitches.
Like they'll be the dominant team, like in the modern era in League of Ireland, Dundalk. Like, and people will always look to, I suppose, they have an advantage. Like they're training all the time. They have a grass pitch behind the AstroTurf pitch. So, like, you know, how do you view that? Like, are you a bit frustrated by it that they have that little advantage?
No, not at all. Like, I suppose for me, my frustration is more for the league. The league, we should be moving further and having better facilities and driving on, which hasn't happened. At the end of the day, you know, to be fair to Dundalk, they've used it to their advantage, you know, because they've been only club for a long number of years, but they've still had exceptional players, and they've proven that they've had exceptional players, and fine. But if you're asking me, in the early years, was an advantage? Of course it was, because there was no other team in Ireland that had it, and it is a different surface, and it's a different, it plays differently, and we all know that. Okay, so there's no mystery in that. But at the same time, they were in a situation no different than many League of Ireland clubs where, you know, there was issues with finance and they had to restart it themselves, and they put that in to regenerate their club, and so be it. That's what happened, and good luck to them and whatever. It's not a frustration from my point. For me, it's a situation where you always get on, you deal with it. As I keep saying, I don't think anyone likes playing on plastic pitches, and that's just the way it is. But it's in, and unfortunately, it looks like it's going to become part of the norm going forward. We already have Derry in, talk about Bows going that way, so that's disappointing, because, you know, I think in the bigger picture, I think everything should be on grass.
Yeah, does it make for good football, like in your view, AstroTurf?
Well, it makes for no tackling, you know, and tackling is part of our game, and, you know, it allows for, you know, it's possibly a slower game as well, and, you know, you can't beat the uncertainty of the bobble on the pitch and the player slipping, and, you know, which is part of our game.
In my mind about a slight tackle, for example, you know,
to be honest, we don't discuss it anymore. You know, we haven't discussed it for years. You just go up and you play, and that's the way it is. But look, at the end of the day, you know, we trained on it yesterday. Is it a different type of game? Of course it is. You know, so let's be fair. But there's been good games between Dundalk and ourselves, and Dundalk and many teams up in their pitch, and but at the end of the day, look, at the bottom line is, you know, in professional football, if it was something, I think, that was banned, you know, worldwide or in Europe, would it be welcomed? I think all professional players would welcome it.
Just the last one for me, so just what are the key areas you think, you know, if you to get something up there on Friday, what's key for you?
Key is to keep a clean sheet, defend well. You know, we're working on things that we feel we can cause them problems, areas that we think we can create opportunities. But certainly when you go up to, you know, Dundalk is hostile. You know, it's a real passion they give Ireland ground, and you have to defend well, and concentration is key. So particularly when you have a young team like that, and you're going into an intense game, a game like this, because you know, with the way the table has gone, even early doors, you know they have to win to stay with Rovers. So, you know, it's a huge game from that point of view, and but at the same time, you know, you have to defend very well, and you have to play and keep the ball, and that's all part of it. And we've got great results up there, and so we've lost a number of games up there, and we've won a number of games, and the days we've won up there, we've played exceptionally well, and we've created chances, and we've kept clean sheets.
Do you think, is there much difference, John, between 2019 Dundalk and Stephen Kenny's Dundalk?
Well, on paper, you'd have to say that they have a stronger squad. You know, when you look at the number of quality players they brought in particular Sean Murray, really top player, Daniel Kelly, you know, from Bowes, and then you look at like they've reinforced with Flores and McIndee, so they've brought in, you know, strength and depth, you know, and giving themselves more competition. So, and you can see the fact that even, you know, Patrick McElhenney and Robbie Benson got injured in the first game of the season. They haven't missed them because they've won since, you know, which shows you, and they're two absolutely top players. So from that point of view, they've certainly a stronger squad. Stephen's impact, you know, there's a lot being made of it. Time will tell, but I'm sure if you're John Gillen, Vinnie Pert, you're thrilled to have a squad that they have.
And actually, just the coming week for yourselves, like Dundalk, and then like you've the game on the night, but you're also on the rise, and then you've Rovers. Like, is it too early to be season defining? But it is a very kind of important kind of period for the club.
I know. I think, you know, right from the start of the season, and since, you know, I think everyone is well aware of what we've done, and we've restarted again, and we have to regenerate a new team, and I think people can see that with all the new players that have come in. So, and the supporters have given us phenomenal backing, and I think everyone is aware where we're at, you know, and we're trying to, you know, regenerate ourselves and stay in there and compete up there, and that's what we have to do. But at the same time, you know, we've had, you know, over the last 3-4 years, phenomenal teams, you know, and we've lost unbelievable quality players, and so we've kept the nucleus of a brilliant panel. We brought in new players, and it does take a bit of time, but thankfully over the last month we've got wins, and it's given us confidence. So you know, as I said, we're here this year to be very competitive, to challenge as best we can, but you know, you don't need to be a genius when you lose that amount of players. It would just take a bit of time. You know, you can't be expecting that every year you're up at the top to win the league, and then all of a sudden so many changes take place, and internally within the club we things change a bit, and you bring in so many new players, pretty young players. It takes a bit of time. We're well aware of that, but at the same time, no different than the very, very first season we came in and took over when no one gave us a prayer. We fought for 9 months to the last day of the season, and we were desperately close. So you never know, you know, and we're always optimistic and positive, and we just believe there's great talent within this team. But you know, at the same time, we wouldn't have the experience that other teams have, and you just have to weigh and see how that'll weigh up. But at the same time, after losing the first 2 games of the season, bit of doom and gloom, you know, we've bounced back and we've had tremendous wins, and you know, I think particularly the last game against Bohemians, because it was possibly our best display of the season, and you could see the confidence in the team from that game, you know.